Coming up, I'm going to show you an easy, simple way to find high converting keywords that have very little competition. Stay tuned. What is up, App Nation? It is your boy, Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content related to helping you grow your app downloads and all the strategies you need to grow those most important revenues. Today, I want to show you a very cool tool that we have been working with, and it's a great tool for you to find high converting keywords that we know will convert high for your app and have low competitions to hopefully, if you're just starting out, so that you can rank for these keywords and they translate to downloads and revenue. All right, let's get started. So here's the scenario. We're going to be doing ASO for unplugged meditation. Love this app. I know the founder, Susie. We got to work together as well. Love her. So I really wanted to create this video for her as well. And I think it's a great example, picking a space that we all know and love, meditation, and trying to find, because it's so competitive with all the big players out there like Calm and Headspace, how do we find the keywords that are going to help us drive more downloads and, more importantly, those revenues? So let's get started. We're going to go into an ASO tool called ASOMobile.net, ASOMobile.net. Go check them out. And what we're going to do is pick a competitor of Susie's. And I'm going to pick on Calm because they're one of the biggest meditation apps out there. They're super huge. So I love picking on them. And I'm just going to put Calm in there. So rather than putting Unplug into ASO Mobile, we're going to actually put Calm. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to add application up here. I'm going to paste the URL. And then ASO Mobile has some keywords that we want to kind of look at as well. So I'm going to put sleep cycle, sleep sounds, obviously, mindfulness, super important, sleep, meditation, and calm. So I'm going to add app, and boom, we have what we would normally see, a bunch of keywords, some traffic, some competition scores. KEI is sort of a blend of traffic and competition. So instead of looking for low competition, you can just click on this, and mindfulness has good traffic and lower competition. So that's what KEI stands for, right? So this is typical. You see this everywhere. That's nothing that you haven't seen before. Now, here's where I really want you to pay attention. And here's the trick that I found, okay? So we're going to go into market right here, and then we're going to go to search ads spy. Now, we're going to come here to this ASA spy because we can put in any keyword, but I really want you to come into keywords right here. Now, this section shows us all the different keywords that Calm is trying to bid for. Now, this is interesting, right? Calm, they're not dumb. They want to be ROI positive. So we're going to assume that a lot of these keywords, they might just be testing out for one, okay? But also that since they're bidding on these keywords, they actually are effective for Calm as well. So that's why I want you to come here, because if people are paying, right, for these keywords, they're probably, my assumption is they're probably high converting for them as well. So I'm coming down here a little bit. Now we can sort by this search ads means traffic. And as you can see, sometimes these tools have period and tracker. We think this ampersand is just like a space. And so that's why I like ASO Mobile saying, hey, there's no traffic. So forget these ampersand signs, okay? And these like random symbols, they probably don't have as much traffic as other ASO tools. If you just went off the search ad score, say they do. So you can sort off of traffic right here. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go off of traffic from ASO Mobile. And we're going to try to find some keywords. So look at this, pray, interesting. All right, so I'm going to add this. I'm going to start tracking that keyword because I think that's interesting. Clockology might be interesting for us. I'm going to take that. Cycle tracker, which is really crazy, right? If you come up here, there's period tracker. I'm just going to see why Calm might be going after that keyword, but that's interesting. Maybe you need it more. Maybe you need meditation more if you're on your period. Okay, now here's the key thing too that you want to do. So I found that usually the sweet spot for finding low competition keywords that have decent traffic is around the 20 to 40 mark. Okay, so I'm going to go into page 2 and I'm going to see if I can find anything here. So as you can see, the search score is now becoming high 20s. So breath work, interesting. So I'm going to add that. Try to find if there's anything. Unwinding anxiety. This could be a name of an app, but it also could be a generic phrase too. So I like, kind of like calm, right? I like terms like that. So there's potential for us to possibly rank for that keyword. I think this looks good. I'm gonna go one more page just to see if there's anything else I might be able to find. Sleepy time, all right, why not, right? Deep sleep, interesting phrase. Happier, who doesn't want to be happier? Now that we're tracking these keywords, we can actually go back into this ASA spy section and put in some of those things that we found. So let's put in pray. I just want to see what types of apps are bidding for this. And I like this section, right? So you can see Glorify has a lot of the impressions. They're really going aggressively after this keyword. And you can see the different categories these apps have. And so if I know I get this question a lot, hey, what category should I be in? Should I change from health and fitness to something else? And you can see here that meditation, when we search for that sweat coin, has most of the impressions, which is crazy. Didn't know about that. But you can see that most of these meditation apps are in the health and fitness category. So you can see probably maybe stay in there. Okay. All right. The last keyword that I want to check out is unwinding anxiety. Put that in here. Let's see who's bidding on this. 9%. Okay. Works. Interesting. So unwinding anxiety. So it is an app that's out there. Calm is bidding on this too. Cool. So if there is a category you might want to try, it seems like reference or lifestyle. If you have a meditation app, you might want to try out those different categories. All right. So you can get a sense of who's bidding on which term in this section. But here, we're going to go back into our ASO monitor and then sort by KEI, which ASOMobile just says, look, these are good traffic keywords with low competition. That's essentially it. Now we're able to find mindfulness, sleep. Okay, it's pretty competitive still, so we want to be really low. But now unwinding anxiety, decent traffic, low competition. Search ads, I want to be at least 20 if I'm targeting that particular keyword, right? So I think this is good. Deep sleep, calm's already number 2 for it. Great. Maybe that's something that we should try to go after as well because it's low competition. Happier is decent. Sleepy time, pretty decent, right? It's neutral, but low competition right here. It's got decent traffic. So we were able to find these keywords. Now, if I'm coming into Unplug, what I'm going to be doing is thinking about breath work, maybe using breath work. Use breath work to be happier. That might be a great subtitle because then we're using breath work and happier. Okay, so really cool way of doing that. Okay, continuing on this ASO tab, we're going to go next into app keywords. And this is a really, really cool tool and one of the more popular features of ASOMobile. Here, and this is part of our ASO process, we're trying to find keywords that we're already ranking for. And for us, we're looking for keywords that our competitors are already ranking for. So what we've been doing so far is using Calm as a competitor for Unplug. And so we can see which keywords that Calm is already indexed for, which is a whole lot, right? But if we had our own app and we were optimizing for Calm, we can actually go into this competitors tab, and then you can add more competitors here up top. And the more competitors, the better. But then you can see all the keywords that all your competitors are ranking for. And I've sorted here by the lowest difficulty. So we can see all the lower difficulty keywords here. And hopefully we're able to find some with pretty decent traffic. So in the 30s or so, atmosphere, that's crazy. And that have low difficulty, 1.1 difficulty score. That's really low. So we're able to really see all the keywords that all our competitors are indexed for. And then if you are just starting out your ASO journey, you might be not indexing for many keywords, but here's a really quick look to see which ones you are already ranking for. The next thing I want to show you guys is this keyword finder. So I'm in here. It does take a little bit of time to load, so just be patient with that. But here's where you can also do some keyword research and try to find some new keywords that you might not have thought about. So this is all the keywords. You can either sort by competition and try to find a few more. You can sort by KEI and try to make it a little bit easier on yourself. But I prefer to do a competition sometimes because I'm like, just let me do it. I don't want to always rely on machines to do some calculations where I feel like my eyes can do a better job of it, right? So maybe I'm able to find this bell sound, interesting, low competition, 35. That's how I prefer to do it, right? Instead of just doing KEI, because this says neutral, which could also mean that, hey, it might not be as relevant to your app as you might think it is. So don't just look at the scores. Maybe it's not as relevant to your app. A couple more spots I want you guys to pay attention to. We've got the low competition keywords. So really easy way. And then now you can sort by KEI, right? Really cool way of finding new keywords there. And then you can also check out the popular just to see if there's any new keywords that you might find, because these are popular to your rank. Look at that. Okay. The last thing I want to show you guys is this ASO creator down here. So here are all the keywords that we put in, right? And we should be putting in a lot more. I usually just have hundreds, so it becomes a lot harder. But now you can see what keywords are being used where, right? So you got sleep, calm, meditation. These are all being used. And this is very helpful. I have a spreadsheet to help me do this, but this is very helpful to see which keywords are being used where, and if I've already used it. So let's say I'm now doing unplug, right? And I'm going to copy and paste this. So again, I'm using calms stuff, but unplug. Okay, cool. Now I've only used meditation so far. I want to do breath work. Breath work to be happier, right? Now I've started using this because now what I want to start doing is going off of the search ads traffic. Okay, then we can go deep sleep. Generally speaking, I want to keep phrases together. So I like to go deep sleep, and then if I'm going after cycle. Now, I don't have any data to say this works better than if I had put deep and then I put pray right here and then sleep. I just would rather keep them similar. And also you might be asking, what about deep space sleep, comma, cycle? Again, I don't have any data on this. Some people report that it helps. I've tried to test it. Sometimes it makes no difference whatsoever. So I just stick with deep, comma, sleep. And then maybe I want to put pray. And then sometimes I do try, again, I have no idea if this works or not because we're getting into the minutia, but sometimes if it's a low competition keyword like pray, I might put that in the front. So I'm just playing around with where the placement is sometimes, but that's how I try to do the keyword field. So here, really cool, right? We start seeing when keywords are being used, they get highlighted. So we might even want, again, I try to put sounds close by, right? And we can see that, and I'll just go through the rest so that we can see that we used all the keywords in here, right? Mindfulness. So really cool way of doing your ASO rather than the spreadsheet that I use. Then you can see, hey, I haven't used sleepy time yet because I know it has low competition, right? I need to put sleepy time in here. The last thing I want to show you, and this is more for Google Play, is this text analyzer. So this will look at your description and you can hit analyze. So it pulled in Calm's description already. And you can see from a keyword density where you are, right? So it tells you, hey, how many times you said a certain word. Here's some queries, all that stuff. The density of that keyword, and especially on Google Play, you want to be underneath that 3%. It gets a little bit too high. And so it's less about, should I repeat a certain keyword 8 times? It's more about, hey, what's the density? And we found that 3%, under 3% is where you ideally want to. All right, guys, that's it. Really cool tool to help us find all the keywords. I prefer to rely on tools to help me because they already have all the knowledge, all the data, and it makes it easier for us to be like, search for meditation, right? Mindfulness, and we're able to find a lot of different keywords that have decent traffic and low. So if you want to check out the tool, it is called ASOMobile.net. Once again, ASOMobile.net. Let them know you heard it on this very YouTube channel or podcast. And if you've got any questions for me, leave in the comments below or just shoot me an email at appmasters.com. All right, guys, until next time, I'll see you on the next video.